group is primarily focused on serving banks, retailers, and governments in the emerging markets that we've identified as Africa and the Middle East. We have technology, we have government initiatives, and we have consumers who want to be connected to financial services.
Africa is the last frontier where people are still heavily dependent on cash. And EMPH will change how millions of people live their lives and enhance the quality of service given by banks, retailers, and merchants to their customers.
There are lots of synergies between these companies. The first business we bought, MSCC, is a bank processor. So the bank puts a piece of plastic in your wallet, whether it's a debit card or a credit card or a prepaid card, and everything that happens behind the scenes we process on their behalf. And we do that for over 100 banks across the African market. The second business we bought was called Visa Jordan Card Services. It's been renamed to Emerging Markets Payments Middle East. It does some processing for banks like MSCC, but it is also an acquirer. That means its clients are the retailers, the merchants, the hotels, the restaurants, and we're happy to process those transactions. The third business we bought, Asset Processing, based in South Africa, provides a similar service to MSCC, but for retailers. We have a fantastic sales team based in Cairo. There is no reason why they should not be selling the same services to retailers as they sell to banks, and that is also exactly what we're going to do.
If you look at MSCC historically, they've been very successful in terms of winning medium and small banks in the region. After the Actis investment, MSCC have been able to go out to the market and sign the two biggest deals that went down in Nigeria, being UBA and Charms.
We have Visa, MasterCard, Diners, Amex, CUP, you name it, it's there now. So all that we have actually acquired the license, and this is because we have the international standard.
The company controls 80% of the market share in Jordan. It also is the sole processor for Visa card transactions in Jordan. It also operates the national ATM switch in the country. Currently, we estimate that card expenditure accounts for less than 3% of personal consumption expenditure in the Jordanian market. We expect this percentage to increase to well over 10% over the next few years.
We provide a complete end-to-end platform for the South African or sub-Saharan retail and personal loans market that allows them to open new accounts. We run their statements, we provide authorizations, and we support that platform 24/7. And our client base and a lot of South African retailers are looking at expanding their services into Africa.
EMPH was set up quite consciously to be the trusted partner behind the financial services industry of Africa. And there's a huge self-interest from government in formalising the payment system. It takes the informal economy to a formal one. It invariably increases the tax take for governments, and it also allows them to target benefit payments much better than they ever could before. We have succeeded in building a Cairo to Cape coverage of the payments markets of Africa and are now serving more than 40 countries. So the first phase of the MPH story has now been executed. The second phase really will come in deepening out the product set, growing revenues much faster as that expertise is being put together.
I believe EMPH is a transaction that can be done only by Actis. Actis has the sector knowledge to understand how financial services developed in other markets and to understand consumer behavior changes in our markets. Actis has the ability to attract world-class management teams to create what it is now, a larger platform.
Our thesis is to build the must-have platform in the Middle East and Africa that an international payments company will want to buy to own the territory. It's exactly the same thesis as a generation ago when we invested in Celtel and built out a mobile phone network across Africa. And when the rest of the world went lower growth, they turned to Africa as the last frontier and paid big money to get in. We think exactly the same is going to happen within the payment space.
In many of our markets, 10% of people have a bank account. Very few of them spend more than one transaction a year on a card. We don't have to change the world, we've just got to move it a little bit, and then we have a really exciting future ahead.